I'm Jay Cleveland Payne, bringing you the things you might have heard for today. Today happens to be the 29th of October. And as we actually get the right button for right background, we're getting things started for another great day of great stuff for you. 8 stories in a queue for this Tuesday, stories that you deemed as conversational occurred yesterday. So this is yesterday's news. Today, with a little bit more perspective, things that you've said are worthy of talking about, and some things that will grow on us throughout the day. Covering news topics that include information, current events, pop culture, and of course, political news as we are in the season 7 days away from the actual election day here in the United States. So that's the day, as I've been saying for a while, is the day the votes start getting counted, but not the day things are over, unfortunately. Today we're talking about Celine Dion, Steve Bannon. Oh yeah, he's back again. And Jimmy Johns is doing something weird, but you may get into it. Maybe. We'll talk about those things, and we have five other stories in the queue for the day. We'll explain the vetting process of how we get the stories that are conversational to you every morning, and some other fun stuff on the way. But remind you right now, our website, this is conversationproject.com for more details on how we do the things around here. And of course, the conversation inbox at gmail.com for your comments, your concerns, your complaints, all coming our way. As I said already, but I'll say it again. It's Tuesday, October the 29th, 2024. And on this Tuesday, 8 stories for you, no particular order as being presented, but we'll give you some context on how we got to these stories throughout the day yesterday to give you for this morning's update. I say morning because we do this live for reporting at 5:04 in the morning. That's the current time right now, Central Time. You may see this later on the day, but this is a Tuesday news update of Monday news, if that makes sense. The most important story out there, even though there's more important stories out there, is the Celine Dion story, because Celine Dion cannot be stopped. She must be heard. She must be seen. She's Celine Dion. You even wish that the fact that she's Canadian, maybe you could write her in for your presidential candidate. She can't actually accept the job. But you know what? Even with her ailments right now, she's probably better than all those choices out there on the ballot. But what we're dealing with here is her time hanging out in Vegas as Adele bursts tears as she embraces Celine Dion in the audience at her Las Vegas residency. We wanted to make sure we talk about this. We teased this yesterday, and we'll explain what teaser stories are. But you guys definitely wanted a good, heart-loving story, a cry to two very powerful ladies who are well much better than we are. And gosh darn it, we did it for you. During a Las Vegas residency show, Adele shared an emotional moment with Celine Dion, who attended a performance. Adele's on stage singing her heart out, looks down and sees Celine Dion in the audience, front row, right there. She becomes visibly moved and bursts into tears, embraces her fellow singers. Fans of the show captured the touching interaction, highlighting the beautiful connection between the two iconic vocalists. Now, in the building, literally in the building where Adele is performing, is the building, or the building is the building that Celine Dion has for her. She began the big sort of new RAS residencies in Las Vegas. Um, Adele apparently is not disappointing with her work. Wish we had better news on Celine Dion, other than she is fighting her battles and doing very well as she can, but we don't. Her illnesses are not getting any better. Unfortunately, they're not getting any worse, which is a good thing. They're not getting any better, and so she's not able to do much in the way of performing and doing things for the people that she loves, but she still loves being out there with the people as best as possible. Let's move on to Elon. And story number two, Philadelphia DA sues Elon Musk's PAC, the American PAC, to stop the $1 million voter lottery uh, for voters. Read that properly, but guess what? Philadelphia District Attorney Larry Krasner has actually filed a lawsuit against Elon Musk's American PAC, super PAC, that prevents a $1 million lottery offering for registered voters. The biggest issue is it's for registered voters in swing states only. So basically, 4 states only apply. And you have to sign a pledge that says you're down with the First and Second Amendment. Nothing really wrong with that, but it's really just for people who register to vote, sign this pledge, and in 4 specific states. And one state actually dropped it as soon as early voting started, which was meant to be essentially a, let's say, coercion to register and to vote a certain way. Now, Musk was literally giving away big fat checks every single day for about a week or so. This for last did it for the last 3 or 4 weeks in the process. Then the lawsuits came. Then the complaints came. People said this may be suable, and it looks like Pennsylvania is going to be the first one to actually try to sue him, or Philadelphia specifically trying to sue him on the stopping of. I think he's still giving away the money. I think he's still win the auctions, just not being public about it. We'll see what happens, and if they'll stop it, even though the election's only 7 days away at this point. Guess who's back? Back again. Bannon's back. Call a friend because it may be a big deal. Our third story for this morning, Steve Bannon to be released from prison on Tuesday after 4-month sentence. Release is done because the feds apparently are done with Bannon, just like Bannon's done with that. So the update to the story is that Steve Bannon, the former advisor to Trump and conservative strategist, scheduled for release and was released from prison early this morning. 4-month sentence for contempt of Congress. So he's back out on the streets literally today to get back to work to make President Donald Trump again. Now, one of the weirder things about this was he was going to prison for contempt of Congress, which is that's the weird part. The weird part was he went to prison 4 months before the election was going to happen. So he did get a chance to play a bigger role in the last 4 months, and he allowed vocal mouthpiece for Donald Trump, which may have solved and fixed some of the issues he's having right now, or may have made him worse. My guess is he would have made them worse because of Steve Bannon. But the Svengali of them all, the man who magically gets things happen, is done, being released from the Federal Corrections Institution in Denver, Connecticut this morning, and going on to do whatever he's going to do today. It's really early, so can't really say what he's done and if it's really back at the moment. But chances are, in the next couple hours, you shall hear rise like a phoenix. Steve Bannon back on the trail, yelling lots of weird things and telling folks how Donald Trump is awesome, Kamala Harris is not, and that we're all not following Trump the first time. This sort of spitball here. It's kind of what I'm feeling is going to happen. Our fourth story this morning. Actor Gérard Depardieu will not appear in French court for sexual assault trial. He has announced that he's not going to come up to his trial. He's not going to be there in person. He's facing a sexual assault allegation. One of the most prominent actors in the world, especially one of France's, formally charged in 2020 after allegations emerged involving a young actress back in 2018. He denies the allegations, maintaining encounters were consensual. Didn't say it didn't happen. He said it was consensual between the two, and she's just trying to make the money off the grift on the back end. His legal team plans to represent him in his absence as the case proceeds, with his non-appearance drawing limited public and media attention. Donald Trump stood up for all his trials, even when he didn't have to, because he's a man of strength and shows that he can do all the stuff. Gérard Depardieu, another man of strength, if you will, but he's French. He's like, I don't need this stuff. I'm French. I will go do my French things and let my lawyers take care of it. That's the best impression I can give you on that one. So because you don't do it because it's terrible, that's the best thing. Don't hold that against me though, because we still need you to like, share, and subscribe to the Conversation Project's project work. And things you might not have heard is one of those things here. So if you're enjoying what you're seeing here, or things you might have heard, we ask you to like it. We ask you to like it because that tells us if you're enjoying it. It also tells other people that it's something that can be enjoyed, gives more social proof to more people out there who see it pop up in their feeds through the algorithms. If you want to fight the powers that be and get past the algorithms, help us get more of our work into other people's hands, their phones, their eyeballs, if you will, by sharing what we're doing out there. If you share something with someone, they're more likely to watch it and go through it and have a conversation with you about it and join us in the conversation going forward. And of course, subscribe to our work so you don't miss out when we pop up in your feed. If this was shared to you or you saw it because a bunch of likes popped up and it got into the algorithm, subscribe so you don't miss out on this thing. We produce this thing here 5:30 a.m. live every weekday morning with the update. So you can get live as your day gets started, 5:30 Central Time today. So you get live as your day gets started, or you can check it out later on the line in your feeds as you do. Thank you so much for being a part of the gang, being one of the news nerds as we are. Like, share, and subscribe to get more people in our conversations. This is a conversation we really did not want to have, but this is a very sad, critical story. One dead, one critically injured after passengers were reportedly subway surfing in New York City. Tragic incident in New York City. One death, one critical injury, as two people were reportedly subway surfing on top of a moving train. A dangerous trend, which involves riding outside subway cars, has led to increasing safety concerns within the city's transit system. There are so many things that are going wrong dealing with around the subways and transit system in New York City that it's impossible to find what's going on. This is something that is extremely easy to solve by not doing it. However, young people tend to do things that they should not be doing, and that's the issue. If you don't understand how dangerous this practice of subway surfing is, hopefully this one will wake you up and scare you off from doing it for quite some time. You know what's actually scary? Paying for Thanksgiving dinner. Because as we talk about the real costs of things going up, prices of food and prices of fuel and prices in general going up, Thanksgiving has gotten more expensive over the years. So many retailers are doing what they can to lower the inflationary part of Thanksgiving. And Target's got a great deal for you: a four-person dinner for $20. A package dinner, you're not going to split up to you. You got to cook it yourself. But Target has a $20 Thanksgiving meal bundle that serves four people. It's priced at $5 lower than last year. So it's $25 this year, just 20 this year. A variety of classic Thanksgiving items and a good and gather turkey, which is up to 10 pounds, plus green beans, mashed potatoes, stuffing, and gravy. Bundle is available in stores and online, and the good and gather turkey is priced at, here we go, here's where we get the money down, 79 cents a pound. Target's lowest turkey price in 4 years. So if the biggest thing was the price of turkey, and the biggest thing we kind of work with is turkey prices, apparently we have a boon of turkeys this year, and it's going to be a good turkey year for your Thanksgivings. This is a way to get things down. Cranberry sauce, still pretty expensive, unfortunately, but turkeys are what's going to save your Thanksgiving dinner this year. Don't forget the cranberry. It's not Thanksgiving without cranberry. The canned jelly kind, not the whole bean, because that's just weird. It's just weird. So yesterday, social media post went along on a local TGI Fridays here where I am, where people were walking through as they were cleaning up the last bit of it, as essentially TGI Fridays shut down abruptly here a day or so ago. This is a story that's recurring across the nation as many TGI Fridays abruptly closed in many locations as a reported bankruptcy news is nearing for the company. More than a few dozens of TGI Fridays just closed all of a sudden. If you've ever been in a restaurant, so all of a sudden they get the notice they're closing down, and they start keeping people out of the restaurant. I've been in places where you just been eating, and all of a sudden they're kind of rushing you out because they've got the notice that tonight's the last night. Nobody told you that. It's a weird thing. But what's happening is a possible bankruptcy filing for TGI Fridays. And this is going to be a simple rumor is not a simple reorganization. This is essentially they're going down the tubes because they can't keep things going. The decision reflects ongoing financial challenges and the restaurant chain. All restaurant chains are experiencing, especially this one, and significant reductions in the number of operating outlets. Now, you may see a TGI Fridays commercial for boneless wings on Monday if someone, I think so, it's someone scores or gets a good touchback or something. I'm not paying that much attention to it, which shows you basically why TGI Fridays is in so much trouble. No public acknowledgement of anything going to the TGI Friday. The company is doing what they can to keep what stores open as they can. But maybe the problem is not enough stunts. Maybe free boneless wings is not a good enough problem. Maybe they need to make sandwiches out of pickles. Sandwich chain debuts its new Picklewich, and fans are divided. Now, I got an email from Jimmy John's because I'm a very frequent eater at Jimmy John's. I go through the drive-through and get an absolute drive-through chicken back real often about the new Picklewich. And for about an hour, I was sure I was being pranked. It made no sense. I got an email pickle sandwiches, which is like, why would I get a pickle sandwich? Pickle's like that big. Why would there we go that big? Why would I get a sandwich on a pickle? And then the articles came out. The Picklewich, a sandwich that replaces bread with a giant pickle, is available in Italian and turkey options and has sparked mixed reactions online. Pickle lovers are enthusiastic. Others are unsure about this breadless innovation. Reviews highlight its strong pickle flavor, unique appeal for fans of briny taste, but it's a divisive option that leaves you skeptical about its practicality and flavor. How long can you go for selling pickles as sandwiches? How many pickles do they order that they need to sell them as sandwiches? Who is the marketing genius behind this one, and when is it going to be fired? Because I'm not seeing Picklewich being the next big rib. I don't think it's happening. Your mileage may vary. I'm still a big fan of Jimmy John's. Not quite into Picklewiches. I think we're going to skip this trend going forward. Let's go to a teaser story. We're sticking with sandwiches, ironically, in our teaser story. The teaser story is where we get a chance to explain how the stories we call conversational come into the world, this little city that we call this conversation projects, things you might have heard. We ask you to follow our feeds and follow us all day long because all day long, every 50 minutes or so, 24/7, we post some news articles from various places across the internet for you to engage in. As you engage, we get some numbers, engagement scores, if you will. Excuse me, higher the engagement score, better chance we have of talking about this one in the later dates. This would be for the Wednesday edition of Tuesday Stories. Today's teaser story goes to Subway, which is also having issues. As Subway is now being sued again. We got sued because the foot longs weren't quite a foot long. Now their sandwiches don't have enough, says a new lawsuit. We'll go deeper into detail of this one if you really want to by you going to our feed and engaging the story. To see this story or whatever story you see that's out there, like it, love it, hate it, share it, give us what you think about it, and we will tell you what we think about it. Or more specifically, if you think it's a good enough story, we will do what we can to give you the story. Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense? Should make more sense. But here's the deal. So you engage in a story and you tell us that it's worth talking about. We'll take the top 15 stories or so of 30 that we get today, and we'll provide for you 8 of them in the headlines for the things you might not have heard tomorrow. So if you want this to be one of the stories you repeat, make it a 15 story, make sure it's very engaging, and then we'll see what else has to battle against to make it into the actual cut for the big story. Now, let's talk about our sponsor for this morning, and it is the Chess Store. And the Chess Store has been a longtime sponsor of the Conversation Project and many of my other projects with More Better Media. And it's because it's a great company. They do great things. They make chess stuff. I mean, you can't do anything greater than that. Chess, the game that's been played for centuries, it takes not much long to learn, but may take a lifetime to master. And something that you can enjoy from 8 to 80, literally. Maybe it's something that can bring a family together nice, sometimes short because I'm not that good, but sometimes long game of chess. And high quality chess sets are what you'll find from the chess store. If you're looking for something that's something wood chess or something like marble chess sets, all time travel sets, tournament ready boards, the options are basically unlimited with what's going on. And your skill level and your budget will be happy because you don't have to be good at chess or have a lot of money to get great stuff for what's going on. Collectible sets, unique sets, elevate your decor or just showcase your game with something from the chess store. Service and fast, reliable shipping also as well. Flawless game for you every time with the chess that you get from the chess store. Check them out at this is a conversationproject.com, the chess store. This is a conversationproject.com slash the chess store. This link from our website is our affiliate link. We get a small commission from your purchase from the chess store. No matter what you get, how elaborate, how beautiful it is, it costs you nothing extra. We just get a small percentage of that buy from you. So check them out. They're taking care of you with great prices and great chess sets, and they'll take care of us in the back end as well. We want to talk about the Conversation Project, and the Conversation Project lives online at this is the conversationproject.com. We want to invite you to help us out. Our calls to action include going to our website, seeing what we have there, emailing us, conversationinbox.com, so we know what's happening back and forth between you guys and us. Following us on our feeds on Facebook, on X, on Threads, facebook.com slash this is the conversation project, x.com slash conversation, and threads.net slash at this is conversation. And we do that, engage in the stories, get the stories there. We also ask that you stop by, maybe see some of our sponsors, see if there's something there you're looking for, and consider being a partner. A partner is a direct link to what's going on, directly funding what's going on, just like Patreon, a Patreon supporter. We use a service called Buy Me Coffee, so we just call it partnerships. We call them coffee level because it's it falls in line with the sort of the twist in it. So, you want to be a coffee cup lover here, or join our coffee clubs. You simply go to our website and click on the partnerships page and find a tier that works for you. There's also links for one-time donations if you feel we're up to one batch of cash, which is great. Take that. We tend to be very good stewards of your money. We do our best to keep up with it. So you can do what you can for us as best as you can. We will do what we can for the shows going forward. That's what we provide you. These shows in better quality, better timing, better new stuff, and hopefully a consistent batch revenue. So I'm not getting paid for this, but we can pay some other folks to get more things better done here around here. That's what we're looking for. That round here, done round here is done for round here. It's Tuesday, October 29th, 2024. I am Jake and I have wrapped up this edition things you might not have heard. News update for this Tuesday morning. Coming up in mere moments, we're going to click a couple buttons, turn things around, and go to things you might ought to know. This is what we call the fun stuff, what is now literally the second show, not just attached and make the show 40 minutes. This will make the show 10 minutes for that one and about 25 for this one. We'll give you birthdays, we'll give you some history lesson stuff, and a fun thing to celebrate on the day. That's coming up in about 5 minutes if you're watching this live, or immediately just click the next video that's in your feed for us wherever we are. We thank you for being a part of the show, a part of the family. Make sure you stop by our website and just lounge around, see what we have going on there, considering some sponsors, considering some partnerships, and just consider being here tomorrow again for another edition of things you might not have heard.